Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pimps and simps, welcome to the Mac Life Pimp Podcast, number one in the world here for episode number 21. We have a lot to go over today. Super excited. Today is the clearest that my mind has ever been. And I'm going to get into that in a second. That's actually topic number one. And it's going to be fucking crazy. 2022 is going to be intense for business growth. If you are watching this because you aim to grow your own OnlyFans account, or you manage girls, or you're aiming to manage girls, stick around. You're going to enjoy this podcast. It's a solo podcast today. We have a lot to go over. And this very first thing is going to what I believe, be the biggest determinant to your success. I have done this in the past, and with my businesses, it's what really catapulted them into their success. And it wasn't until last night, weirdly enough, when I was distracted, that I found this, which is basically the cure for distractions. Now, I really thought about it, and it was just a simple message from Aman Ghazi, and he basically said, check your screen time. Check your phone's screen time. You can check that super easily on an iPhone, and it will do a breakdown of where the time is spent on apps. And I look at a lot of the time that I spend learning, okay, I call it learning on YouTube, even though I might be taking notes, it's really just procrastination for doing the work that needs to be done. Even me, the Mac, I still do that. And why? It's because of the way that these systems, okay, these social platforms are structured. They're designed to hook your attention. They show the things that are targeted specifically to you to get your attention. And that is over years of taking feedback, okay, from you liking things, you commenting on things. It's basically just personalized and knows exactly what to target you with to hook your attention within 1 second of looking at your screen. Now, I went ahead on my phone and I deleted every single app except for the calculator, the clock, an app that plays music when I sleep, like very light, like rainforest sounds. InShot to edit these videos on. WhatsApp for business, which I have no notifications on. I obviously have my phone and text there still, but I really only have my best friend, my girlfriend, and my family only have my number. Every other person is on WhatsApp with something separate, and there's no notification, so I work on my time. I deleted Gmail, I deleted email, I deleted every single social app except Instagram, and for a good reason. Instagram is needed so that I can put up story posts because I can't really do that efficiently from a computer. Sure, I could take the video and but it's really easy for me to just go bing and pop it up. The goal is to remind myself, hey, don't get distracted with the newsfeed. Now, on a computer, where 90% of the work can be handled, even the Instagram messaging, that's where I now handle my work. Okay, I use a Chrome extension. If you don't know what Chrome extensions are, they're free, okay, and they're little add-ons to Google Chrome that do certain operations. This is called Feed Eradicator. It's free. Fuck me, is it useful? Go ahead and download it. It's called Feed Eradicator. What it does is it removes feeds, and you can just, with the click of a button, remove feeds from pretty much every social app, okay? I've removed the feeds from my Facebook, so I no longer see that. I've turned off all the notification settings in my Facebook, and I've turned off incoming calls and messages popping up so that I don't see any of that unless I want to, which I don't really have the need to. So much time is wasted looking at stupid shit. So it removes all your Facebook feed. The only real reason that I need Facebook, okay, is to go ahead and use the ads manager section, which you can log into directly, or to use the Facebook page or the Facebook group, okay? That is the only reason. Instagram, I remove the feed from the computer. I only need Instagram for messages because that's where I do the majority of my networking as well as lead collection for onboarding girls to work with me. So that's really the only reason. And then Instagram posts can be uploaded directly from the PC as well. The only thing that is a little bit annoying is for stories, which is what gets the most engagement on my Instagram by far, 10x and everything else. Okay, people like that live, organic, in action, what's happening right now. That's the only reason I have it on my phone. So I removed everything from my phone. I removed everything from my computer that could be distracting. I removed all pop-ups possible. And I even done the same for YouTube. So as you can see, like my YouTube looks normal. But what happens is if I go to the home page here, let's have a little click. Okay, you can see boom, absolutely nothing will pop up. It might hit you with a message every now and then that says like, keep your mind focused, or it'll be a quote, like a stoic sort of quote. But you can see absolutely nothing pops up. Only things pop up if I use the search bar to search, and only those videos. It removes all the side videos, suggested videos, and autoplay for the next videos, which is so damn important, okay? So damn important. This excess amount of time is really what's going to make my goals hyper achievable. Because compared to everyone else, even if you say, yeah, well, I work 8 hours a day on my business, okay, but you're distracted for 7 of those hours, and trust me, it's probably more. If you're like, oh, I wouldn't be distracted. You are distracted for 7 of those hours, because not only is there distraction of the physical time you spend, but then there's a lag between your brain going from, okay, being distracted to switching back to the task at hand and then getting into a flow state. There is that lag in time, okay? With a physiology, okay, when you speed up your heart rate and you start running and your body requires more oxygen, okay, it's called a oxygen lag deficit. However, there's not really a term for that with the mind when switching tasks, but there is definitely a lag deficit between attention lag deficit, ALD we're going to call it, okay? All D's nuts, ALD. So we've removed distractions, okay, completely, and this really builds on to the next important part of today's podcast, which is where do I get my info from if I've removed all my distractions? Well, I really only have 3 sources. I have Iman Gardi, okay, or Gazdi, I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name. Check out his YouTube channel, I highly recommend it. And I've unsubscribed from everyone else on YouTube except for these 3 people. Alex Hormozzi, and then my mindset coach, okay? The only other information outside of that I get is through italki with my specific language tutor, okay, my Russian coach to help me achieve my goal. And then the only other information that I take on board is from my jiu-jitsu coach, okay, so for Brazilian jiu-jitsu. These keep me hyper-focused and stop distracting bits of information and conflicting ideas, and more than that, chasing shiny object syndrome coming on. And then on top of that, okay, insecurity can creep in when you're like, oh, I'm doing well, but someone else is doing this much better. Someone else is doing this much better. And then you start to doubt yourself. That is wasted time that could be put into your business and making fucking real tangible results. So that's pretty much it. And then the reason behind why I know that I can win by doing this is even if the platforms change, I'm willing to do what I'm doing now for the next 10 years. I already make enough money to do whatever I want. I'm going to be traveling the world coming from March. I pretty much own nothing because what you own owns you. I've removed everything. I'm even selling my runaround car. I'm selling pretty much everything that I have. I'm taking a backpack full of clothes. Each week, I'll just buy new clothes. I'll just walk to the market, buy that, throw out all the other shit. Take my laptop, take my mic, brand new phone, I'll buy the 13, the light stand, a handheld fucking stand, some travel adapters to plug in, and a few pairs of shoes. That's really it. Two pairs of loafers and a pair of sneakers for the gym. That's it. That's all I fucking need. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I've got to try and squeeze the Versace robe in there because that motherfucker makes you feel like an absolute king. But that is really it. What else do you need? Okay? And it's really weird because the whole hunt for making money is to buy more material possessions. But what you realize as you make more money is that to make more money, you have to really remove a lot of those material possessions because they're just distracting. I would rather have, and that's not to say that I'm not going to own more and more shit over time. It's that for the next 5 to 10 years, I'm willing to sacrifice those things to make sure that this business builds to the highest possible level so that I can buy it all and it's negligible, okay, to my net worth. Because I can go buy all these stupid things that the Instagram influencers push. I could go buy multiples of all of them. However, it really takes away from the ability to succeed because your time is spent everywhere else. And that's a really, really important thing to think about. It's really hard for me to articulate this in a way that's understandable, especially if you don't already make a lot of money. Once you start to make a lot of money, it becomes more understandable. So really just trust in the process, okay? But like I said, all this information is to help you make more money, which in turn will make this make more sense. Let's get on to the next thing, which is really how to make more money. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. And this is why I say I'm happy to do this for 5 to 10 years. I want to fucking draw this out for you, okay? It's called a skill stack, okay? So I'm going to draw this out right now. Alex Hormozzi actually explains this perfectly. So imagine a pie graph like this, okay? And this represents 2 things, your skills and your income, okay? As the skills increase, so does your income. And this is where a majority of people go wrong, okay? You'll say, okay, I'm going to learn e-com. So they start to learn e-com and they're making next to nothing because they don't have all the next set of skills, which is, product research, understanding supply chains, understanding where to advertise, understanding follow-ups, understanding funnels, understanding email marketing, sales copy, understanding, supplier relationships, customer service, understanding how to increase margins with upsells. See all these hundreds of things that I have had to learn, okay? People don't want to spend time. They run a Facebook ad and they test out an e-com product and they go, it doesn't work. So then they go, okay, the fix must be that e-com doesn't work. So I'm going to switch to NFTs. So what happens is, okay, let's draw this motherfucker up again. They start here with NFTs. Now they're at the bottom of a whole new fucking niche. And if this is you, this is why you're not succeeding. Because you've gone, it's e-com that doesn't work. I'm going to switch to NFTs. I'm going to switch from e-com to NFTs. The level of income you're going to make is not going to change because you're starting with a brand new skill set, okay? But this is the difference. If you were to stick with e-com for a year, okay, over that time, through e-com, you might learn how to identify winning products that we're going to call WP. Now that you've identified winning products, your income has also gone up. Down here, you just kind of knew about website design and all the basics, okay? But now you've found out how to find winning products. Your income has gone up. Now, the next thing you might learn is sales copy, okay? SC for sales copy. That is going to increase your profits because you've learned sales copy. Then you might learn, okay, funnels, okay, and email marketing. Again, now that you have a combination of all these skills, your income starts to stack. And this is very, very important. And why this is important is that at some point, if you decide that this thing here isn't for you and you do want to move on to something else, but you've given it time, okay, you don't have to start from the very bottom because a lot of these, okay, tangible skills apply across. So let's say for myself, for example, even though I've switched to the OnlyFans realm, e-commerce is essentially OnlyFans. They're essentially the same thing and a lot of the skills translate, okay? And then probably one of the biggest skills that you'll learn is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on paid ads. You learn what gets attention, what works, what doesn't, okay? So now let's look and say, okay, how are you able to jump over to OnlyFans and start making crazy amounts of money? Well, I already understand how e-com works, which I can apply here, okay? I already understand how sales copy works. Winning products, I understand that, pretty much I just need to find attractive women. Super, super easy. Understand how funnels work, how to lead people across, how to get them to purchase. Understand how to run paid ads, okay, to get people to become subscribers to the girls. There are 100+ skills that have already been learned that are transitionable across. But your problem is you're going from e-com to NFTs to crypto to real estate, ding, 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 chasing the shiny object instead of spending time to develop skills. And the whole point behind all of this is that you need one tangible asset, okay? And it's to invest your fucking time. Yes, my writing is horrible while I'm doing this on the fly, but you need to invest time. The longer time you spend in one area, focusing on one thing, okay, the more likely you are to succeed. Now, even for myself, for example, the OnlyFans automation package that, ladies have been reaching out, they're happy to pay tens of thousands of dollars. Even though I'm doing that with Emma, I will restrict that to one person. Why? Because it takes any time or attention taken away from the main cause, which is just increasing the amount of girls I have working for me, the quality of the girls, and the amount of subscribers paying, okay? It all just takes away from all of that. You need to be single mind, single focus, single purposed. Until this business, okay, is turning over 7 figures, I don't need to be focusing on this, NFTs, this. The only outside force that I recommend that you should focus on is an investing channel that you know, because there's a difference between business and investing. Pick one investing channel and one business channel. Don't try and operate 3 or 4 businesses. It won't work. You're going to significantly hinder your progress. Focus on one business until you're at least turning over 7 figures. If your business isn't turning over 7 figures a year, okay, profit, it's not the business. Pretty much every business, no matter what market it is, besides maybe some really horrible markets, can turn over 7 figures profit. Sure, there are going to be easier markets, and that might be what you need to switch afterwards, but most of those skills, as we talked about, are going to be transferable, okay? Just like fucking, I don't even fucking know, bat sports. Let's look at bat sports, okay? Or ball sports. A lot of them are transitionable across because the mechanics of the skill movement is still there. Exactly the same from physical skills, okay, with skills up here. Again, let's look at another one. Let's add probably a bigger one, which is managing teams or managing people, okay? If you don't know how to manage teams or manage people, and you learn that inside of this business, when you switch to this business and you know how to manage teams and manage people, okay, it becomes a really big income kicker. Because let's even use NFTs. If I learn in ecom how to manage teams and manage people, and now I want a team that can, create me NFTs, that can market the product, that can, take customers on board and work them through a sales funnel. If I know how to manage teams, I instantly move up a whole fucking bracket. That was some fucking juice right there for you on today's podcast. We've still got a lot more to go though. Okay, yeah, so the group method that I attempted on Facebook, and this is the best part about watching these podcasts, it's just not worth it based on the amount of restrictions that Facebook applies. I've tested on the account now a few times, and even myself spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on accounts, okay, when I attempt to run anything that pushes to a group or a Facebook page, Facebook, even though Facebook owns Instagram, restricts the ads. However, when I run boosted posts on Instagram of attractive selfies, they're a lot more lenient. And that must just be because, Instagram is predominantly photography and a little bit videography. It is mostly just pictures. So it is a lot more lenient compared to Facebook, which is, a lot of text and picture based content. So I'm not the algorithm king, but what I've realized is that the group strategy is going to be nowhere near as effective as having this for my girls, which is what the ads are focused on now. So they're just IG boosted posts or IG ads, okay, of pictures of the ladies. And the conversion is either a DM, okay, so a message, or what's called a lead gen, so which is where they give their email for a piece of content. Now, I can use the follow-up page from that to push them to the group if I wanted and get kind of a double opt-in. But since I've already got, the ability to then contact them directly after they've dropped in the lead, and I have people working for me that can follow up with them, instead, what I do is whether they apply for DM or the lead gen, the final page, okay, pushes them to the link tree. And the link tree, hopefully this is making sense, pushes them to the OnlyFans. So we capture a few bits of information and then we push them to the OnlyFans. Now, I have one page for all my girls, which has just been developed, okay, on Instagram. One page, as all the boosted ads start running and pushing, it's going to not just promote that single girl, but will push content across all the girls. And why this is important is that as the quality of girls that I have working for me, and I already have some very high quality girls, as the quality of girls that I have working for me increases, so will their demands. They will say, well, why would I come on board with you if I'm already making, 10, 20K a month? What's the benefits? Well, I have a group that has, 20,000 followers. Okay, I have a page, on Instagram that has 20,000 followers. And I can show them the data from the Linktree because the Linktree records clicks, which is super, super helpful. And it records views. So I can say, look, this is the amount of views that my girls get a month. This is how many clicks they get. This is how many subscriptions they get. That is all tracked. So by coming on board with me, the chance is that already with the paid marketing that my team pushes, you are already going to get this many subscribers. Okay? These are all skills. These are all motherfucking skills. Look at these teeth. They're coming along. I used to get shredded. In the comments about my fucking teeth. People are like, yeah, if you're so rich, why aren't you fixing your fucking teeth? And sometimes critique is good. I thought about fixing my teeth for ages, but because of the kickboxing and jiu-jitsu, I was just like, what's the fucking point if they're going to get knocked out? But now that I've kind of tapered off the kickboxing, I'll just stick with the pads and the bag work. I can just do jiu-jitsu pretty comfortably, very low chance of fucking up my teeth, wear a mouth guard. So Thanks, haters. We are going to have the whitest, pearliest motherfuckers there is. Once these are straight, and they'll all be veneered. Okay, what's next? My plan at the moment for scaling is super, super simple. My teams are operating killer. They don't really need training for the sales side of things. It's really now just building out, getting more subscriptions, building this page, and getting more girls on board and more quality girls. I've increased my list to be able to handle 20 girls because this is all I'm doing full time. I can handle this comfortably. I can handle 20 girls. Where I recommended, only managing 10, most motherfuckers aren't professionals like myself. I can handle 20. I can probably handle 50. So you just start with 10, okay, and let me handle 50. But that's the current goal is to build the roster up to 20 working ladies. I actually spoke with a gentleman yesterday, a very cool dude from Melbourne. I'm not going to give out any names. Very wealthy, affluent individual. And he has managed and ran a lot of strip clubs, brothels, a whole lot of things, and he stacks some serious cash. So me and him are looking to collaborate on some means as well. So there's just more possibility. It just really comes down to how much of my attention is that going to take away from this, and what's the risk versus reward, okay? And how can this contribute to this business model? Finally, let's finish off. This is fucking exciting. This channel, okay, is about to get monetized. You only need 1,000 subscribers for monetization, but you need 4,000 watch hours and ads, okay? The watch hours from ads don't count. In fact, my ads alone have contributed, paid ads, 5,000 hours of watch time. People have watched my content for over 5,000 hours from the paid marketing. However, we are at 3,957 out of 4,000. So out of 4,000 watch hours, we're at 3,957 watch hours, okay, from recommended videos on the YouTube platform, it being recommended out there. As soon as that hits 4,000, it means my YouTube is now monetized, also getting paid from YouTube, which is just another fucking banger to add in. That is where the work is. There is zero distractions. I can easily now push out this podcast every single fucking day. I have the Russian training each day. I work on increasing the list size of my girls. I have zero social distractions coming in. I have limited information coming in, and the other effort can be put into growing this YouTube channel, because everyone knows the main goal for this channel this year is 100,000 subscribers. To get there as well, we have a sexy intro video being customized up with some fucking awesome content, and then all the ads will push to that video with a subscribe call to action at the end, so I can see my subscriber rate growing significantly. Because watch time won't matter from, I feel, in the next few days. As soon as it's monetized, watch time really doesn't matter in terms of that. It will help in terms of fucking revenue coming in, but it's negligible at this moment. It's a nothing thing. Hope you enjoyed today's podcast. It is what it is. This is the truth. No one else fucking puts out this sort of content each day, just pumps out exactly what's happening in their business, exactly what they're doing. This motherfucker does it, okay? And I'll be connecting with some bigger names, adding in people into the podcast. I have some exciting networks coming up over this year to come on board. I have people from the fucking different mafias coming on board that'll be wearing balaclavas, okay? They're not going to reveal their identity. Some real motherfucking G's that make some serious money in this space. So stick around. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate you being here. And let's get to that 100,000. See you all tomorrow.